Look at yourself. Do you feel like you have a body?
Yes.
Do you feel like you're female, male?
Male.
Are you wearing anything?
Yes, it's a suit. It's a gray silver suit. It's kind of like a robe, but it's a little harder. It's not as soft. It's like a metal suit, but it moves, but it's kind of restricting.
Mm-hmm. Look down at your feet. Are you wearing something on your feet?
Yeah. Gray boots. I have a silver flat necklace. Uh, no bracelet on my wrist. It's got numbers on it.
What numbers do you see?
237. No dashes. Just 237. It's making a beeping noise. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm looking around. It's a crystal planet. Those crystals growing from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a I have a necklace on. It has numbers on it. Also has 237.
Does it have any designs or symbols on it besides the numbers on the jewelry?
There's a The necklace is flat. The
Mm-hmm.
numbers are in the middle. Um, the pendant is shaped like a diamond, and the numbers are in the middle. The necklace is flat against me, so
Okay.
it's not a traditional round necklace. It's flat, so it fits my body. Yeah, and I I don't have a headdress. Nothing's on my head. Uh, my face. Oh, huh. I got 3 fingers. Uh, three three toes. I guess I got 3 toes. I can tell I got 3 toes inside the boot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm a grayish silver color, slit mouth, uh, pointy nose, and two beady black eyes. It's all black.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any hair?
No, it's weird. My head is. Oh, have you ever seen a broken tree and a, like a tree broke in half? The splinters and stuff. My head is shaped like that, so it's shaped like uh, it's got like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like a broken tree.
That's the top of your head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what color do you have skin? Is there a color or texture to it?
The texture is smooth and it's like a gray silverish color. When the light hits it, it shines kind of like a when you open a clam and that kind of a gleam to it, like the pearl. But yeah, pearl.
When you said that the suit you're wearing is like a silver color?
Yeah, silver, and it's kind of like a robe, but it's kind of constricting, like kind of hard. I can still move in it, but it's not like cloth. It's almost like a metal cloth. It's nothing I've ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
It's
I'm
Go
wow.
ahead.
I'm like walking around. I think I'm there to harvest some crystals.
Why do you say wow?
I'm there to get the crystals. Not it's there. The crystals not for energy. Well, not for mechanical energy or anything. Just I'm there to get crystals to give to people. Anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I get the feeling I take the crystals and I deposit them on all planets
Mm. And when you take them, where do you place them?
under the ground. Um, it's almost I don't know why they tell me to put them under the ground. It's almost like people have to find them. They can't. It's nothing they can just it can be easy to find. I don't know why that is.
Hmm.
That's my mission. That's my mission. Is to do that.
And do you go to many planets?
Oh yeah, it's instantly. Um,
So tell me really quick. Tell me take me through the process. And before we move on to the process, is there any symbols on the clothes you're wearing?
no, it's just they're simple.
Hmm.
Nothing extravagant.
Now, as you're picking the crystals, do you place them together all together, or do you leave one by one as you're grabbing them?
Um, sometimes I grab handfuls. It's kind of weird because they're huge when I see them, but when I touch them, they shrink enough for me to put them in this. I got this bag over my shoulder, and the bag is a box. And I grab the like put my hand on the crystal, it shrinks enough for me to grab it, and I stick it in the box. And the box never it fits on my body, but you can never put too many in it. So I can put as many as I want in there, and it doesn't have any. It's infinite. It's really weird.
Hmm.
And my instructions are to take the crystals as many as I want. I can be on that planet as long as I want. Take as many as I want. There's no time, so I can take as many as I want. I can go to any planet I want, and go back and forth to that planet to get more crystals. That's pretty much my job. Um,
Explain to me when you decide to go ahead and go to a planet, what the process looks like. Once you have your crystal, you've decided that you're going to go to another planet. How do you get there?
okay, okay. I guess the numbers that are on my wrist when it beeps, that's when I'm done, and that's when I jump into this ship. I get transported into this ship. And once I get onto the ship, I uh,
This ship, are you there by yourself or with others?
no, right when I get on the ship, I look around, I see a few others like me, and then there are a few reptilians there.
Hmm.
They're, for, I don't think they're supposed to be there.
Hmm.
Reptilians are not supposed to be there. I think they're sabotaging my mission.
How many would you say are there? Is there a little bit or a lot?
Uh, six, 600 maybe.
600 in the ship that's transporting you back and forth to the places?
Yeah, and they're watching me and my people, and they don't supposed to be there. It's almost like they hijacked the ship.
Hmm.
So they want me to take the crystals to the planets that they want, so they can wait for the humans or whoever to get the crystals, and then they use that energy to go into the humans.
Hmm.
Okay, I see it. So that's how the reptilians get their energy to stay inside of any entity. So without those crystals, they can't do anything. They're just stuck wherever they are.
Okay, so these crystals, would you say they're infringing on the crystals, is what you're saying, and then they are attaching something to them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they really can't attach to anything unless Oh, wow. Okay. So, whatever planet the crystals are on, whatever the people on the planet do with the crystals, if they put it in anything, any part of the crystal, the reptilians can get inside of the people. So if salt, I got salt in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So salt must be. It is a crystal. So reptilians can get into people from salt. So if there's oceans, oceans have salt in it. So if you use anything to put in your body that has salt in it, that's crystal. So that's how reptilians can get into people. Okay.
So, if you could explain to me what the process looks like. So, salt is, you're saying, like crystals, and then there's crystals there that you are harvesting and taking to places. So, once you get the crystal, well, how do they basically place their energy, or how do they do this?
The crystals. Once I once I put the crystals into the planet, they don't get into the ground unless water touches them. So if water is flowing over the crystals, then the crystals energy or whatever goes into the water. If it's there long enough, it turns into salt water, and that's what makes the salt. Which salt is crystals. So salt, if it gets into food or even salt water, then that's enough for reptilians to get into anything, in anything really. So I don't know why it has to be salt if it can't just be anything. But
Mm-hmm.
the crystals are not negative. It's just the reptilians. But so the crystals can be for good. They can't do anything to you when the crystal by itself. It's a
Mm-hmm.
blocker. So if you just have a crystal and no salt in your body or whatever, then the reptilians can't get inside you. So really, salt is not bad. It's just you can't have too much salt. That's why you got to drink a ton of water
Mm-hmm.
um, to get a lot of the salt out. So if it's a little teeny bit of salt, they can't do anything. So there is a certain amount of salt that you need to have before they can get into you. So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. And that's the same on every planet. Every planet is the same. It doesn't matter what planet. Uh, because water is a major. I can't think of the word.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much everywhere, even in places everywhere. Because ice is water. It's water is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's kind of weird that reptilians, huh? They like salt. Interesting. Huh.
So I have a question. So somehow they use the salt as a way to connect them to the crystals.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. That's exactly it.
Once the crystals are basically, they would have to come into contact with the salt. But like you said, the salt exists within the water and the land. So once it has salt on it, then it could connect to the crystals.
Yeah. And another
Okay.
thing
Mm-hmm.
is the reptilians can't do my job. So if the reptilians had crystals and they try to do what I do, it won't work. Because for some reason, my being, my the entity that I am, that I
Mm-hmm.
have inside me that makes the crystals work. So if a reptilian had a crystal and tried to, they can't do what I do because I got to put my energy into the crystal.
Mm-hmm. They don't carry the energy like you do.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing because if that was the case, it would be havoc all over the universe.
Mm-hmm. So is that why they're using you to try to do this?
Uh-huh. It's almost like we're hostages or something. But we're not violent beings, so
Mm-hmm.
we don't fight back mainly because the archangels, that's just the way things are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kind of like a
So
loop thing.
so that I may understand, then they've taken over your ship so that they could try to insert their energies through. They're basically watching wherever you put the crystals, and those places that you put the crystals, then they're using the salt around, since salt is multi-dimensional, or with the water, as you mentioned. And then with the salt, with the salt they insert, what do they insert into the salt?
The water, let's see. The salt is almost like an energy source for the reptilians. They don't really put anything in it. It's like the water and the salt is kind of like the energy, and they just wait for somebody to put it in their body before they can get into them. Some kind of way. Even it always has to do with food. I don't. I guess everybody uses salt for a
Mm-hmm.
thing. I guess I guess it's not an earthly thing. I thought it was, but I guess they use it on other planets also. And for some kind of got ahead of myself a little bit. There's one planet where they drink salt water, and the reptilians just took that planet over because it's just abundant with. They pretty much took that planet over. I can't remember where it is, but it's
Mm-hmm.
billions of miles away. Took that planet over. And they pretty much made a base there. Uh, I'm talking to one of them, asking them why do they do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he, he's he said they're he said we're not bad beings. He said something. It sounds kind of funny. But it sounds like they're bored. They're
Mm-hmm.
like it's almost like they're almost like teenagers playing a video game or something. It's almost like they all use getting the people to play games in their lives to control them to do stuff. It's almost like a video game concept. Like they're bored. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to be. They don't want to be. They don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just want to. Uh, they they just want to go. They just want to be. They want to be light.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do what they do. They're just. I asked them. I said, "Do you have a job?"
Mm-hmm.
And they said it is a job. I
Mm-hmm.
asked if they work for any. Is there like a king or something they work for? And he said no. They're all they're all they're all one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I think the entity that I am, the alien. I think I want to help. I think I want to help and be
Mm-hmm.
light. It's like I just said I can help you all be light if you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play this game forever. Uh, oh, I just, okay, I guess I made him mad. Yeah, he he zapped me away. I'm flying.
Hmm.
Um,
He zapped you away
yeah,
when you said that?
he pushed the button and zapped me away. I'm flying through space again.
Mm.
I got my bag. Um,
Where are
I
you going now?
I just landed on the planet. Um, looks like Earth, but it's not. It's looks like wheat fields. The whole thing is just a big giant wheat field. Uh, no, no mountain, nothing. It's really blue skies. Looks like Earth, but it's not Earth. So, okay, well, I'm just got this little crystal shovel thing. It's a shovel, but it's shaped like a crystal. And I'm digging a hole and I'm just putting my crystals in the ground. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
not really upset. I'm kind of disappointed that he did that because I was kind of, and that's pretty much it. I'm just doing my job and putting. I don't have to put all the crystals in there. I just put a few. I could just put them in that one spot. But once I put the crystal in one spot, they kind of grow on their own and go wherever. So I don't have to go all over the whole planet. The planet might just put them in one spot and they kind of grow. And since there is no sense of time, it probably takes millions of years for them to grow wherever. But to me, it's instantaneously. So
Mm-hmm.
I see them growing fast, but in my in my mind, it seems like it's really taking longer than that for them to go where they got to go.
And one day, say, would you say like a merge into the planet? Is that what's occurring?
Yeah, it's like a. It sounds bad, but it's kind of like they grow like a virus, but it's not a bad virus. It's just they grow. And since it's like Earth, they get mold on it and stuff, so it creates life at the same time. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
some insects or something. So it's almost like it creates the crystals create life,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it for that. Uh, that's pretty much what I'm doing there.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So let's go ahead and take you back to the ship now. And can you describe to me what the ship looks like?
Um, looks like this standard. It's not a saucer shape. It's more like a cigar, pointy shape. It's got windows, big windows where you can see like all around you, so you can see space around you. Oh, and on one side anyway, you can see on the back end side there's doors. I don't see any control panels. I know there's some there, but I can't see them. Like it likes you touch a flat metal panel and something pops up and it's kind of like a GPS kind of thing. You just tap where you want to go and it goes there. It looks like a pretty simple concept. It's almost like the ship itself knows where to go from your mind. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no booster button and nothing like that. It you just look at the GPS thing and click where you want to go, and that's where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
The like I said, the reptilians are walking around, watching everything. They're not really bossing anybody. It's almost like people know what they're supposed to do, so they're not mean or bossing anybody around them, but they are watching.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like it almost feels like a job. Like you got like managers watching and stuff. So that doesn't feel too good.
Mm-hmm.
And I know all I gotta do is get convince them to go to the light and we'll have our ship back.
Mm.
It's
Do you,
pretty much that easy.
do you feel like this has been going on for a long time?
Oh yeah, um, oof,
Hmm.
billions, billions of years.
That they've had your ship?
Yeah, and it only feels like a couple of months.
Hmm.
We don't have those sense of time. Um,
Okay.
I feel like I'm like, God, we live a long time. We're not robots or nothing. It's just our bodies just don't decay. Like it takes a long time for us to die out.
Hmm.
We actually live longer than the reptilians.
Hmm.
So we're just traveling around
And
doing.
mhm. The reptilians on ship, are they just male or is there any female?
It's mostly male, but there's a mixture,
Hmm.
and they just they kind of put me in mind of zombies because you know what, I really don't feel I don't feel any kind of soul connection with them. It's almost like they're just there, and I know I know they got a soul in there somewhere.
Hmm.
So oh okay, it's like they're like us. You got to be. They're not awakened. That's what it is. They're not awakened. So
Hmm.
we wake them up, and that's when they go to the light. Okay, okay,
Okay. Very good. Are you back on the ship now?
yes.
Okay. Now I would like to speak, with your permission, I'd like to speak to the higher self now, to the higher self of Travis. I'd like to speak to you now. I honor you, love you, thank you, and respect you. May I speak to you now, please?
Hello.
Hello, thank you for speaking to us. It's such an honor to be working with you. Thank you.
You too.
Now, I am speaking to you because we have um, we have Travis here who is in that life that seems to be a bit of a hostage, you would say, with working with crystals and the reptilians there on the ship. I was wondering if we can start seeing if we can administer aiding those reptilians releasing from that ship so that they could ascend into a positive polarization, no longer infringing or controlling that ship that they're not meant to be controlling. Would you be able to aid us today?
Oh yeah, yeah, yes. They they really want to they really want to be free. Um, they they feel yes, they feel like they want to be in the light, but they they kind of they are hesitant. They're really hesitant beings. They kind of they don't that they don't want to let go of their power. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
They love their power. The
Mm-hmm.
power is all they have.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think we can get them into the light.
Very
We can
good.
get them into the light.
And he said that there was, well, about 600 on the ship.
Yeah, 600, there's an odd number, maybe 613, 613.
Okay. And among there, he also said that there was some females. Is there children as well, or is it just adult or teenagers, like you mentioned?
No children, just adults. Big
Okay.
adults. They yeah, no children.
Okay. Very good. Now, I'd like to start this process. Is it okay with you if we speak to archangels so that they can assist us with aiding them?
Of course, yes.
Thank you. And what is which archangel can we call upon first, please?
Metatron, he's the best one, I believe.
Beautiful, very good. Higher self? Is there a name that you go by?
Uh, huh. But Travis calls me Larry. I don't know why he calls me Larry. Larry is like the name he likes. I have no idea.
Is there a name that you have that you would prefer?
Not really. I'll just take Larry.
Very good. Okay. If we could now, if you could now connect us higher self to Archangel Metatron. We'd like to speak to Archangel Metatron now, please. Greetings.
Greetings.
Thank you, brother. Is this Archangel Metatron?
Yes.
Thank you. We honor you, love you, and respect you. It's such a joy and honor to be talking to you today. Thank you for being here. Now
Thank you.
thank you. Now we have Travis's higher self here, where we found him in a life where he is in a spaceship, and you should be probably pretty familiar, but basically what we're trying to do is this spaceship has been taken over by reptilians. There's about 613 in there, and we're looking to aid them. They're basically have taken over the ship when it's supposed to be Travis and his crew going around and working with crystals. Now they are, like he mentioned, kind of like they are children or teenagers and they're just playing around, a bit bored or not sure what they want to do, but they're somehow messing with salt around the different places in the universe. Now we're looking to work with these reptilians and see if we can start the ascension process for them, if they will allow it. So Archangel Metatron, can you be our connection, our bridge to them now, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Archangel Metatron, if you could talk to all of them now, if we could speak to all of them there on that spaceship, all 613, all reptilians there. Can they all hear me now, Metatron?
Yes, they're listening.
Wonderful, thank you. Greetings, thank you for listening. I honor you, love you, and respect you. I am speaking to you today because we are looking to give you an opportunity, as we know you've been there, stuck, you can say, in the cycle of repeating it over and over. And I'm sure that at some point, this has got to get a bit boring, like you looking for something else to do in your existence than having to do this over and over. Now we're looking, as you know, the earth and the universe is ascending into a higher vibrational frequency. And when it ascends, negative polarized beings that perhaps are doing things like you all are doing can be recycled, transmuted straight back to source. And we'd love to give you the opportunity, instead of when the ascension occurs, what we can do for you now is we can help you ascend into a positive polarization, no longer having to play this negative role. Now you will be positive polarized and you could be free. You could keep the consciousness instead of just being recycled straight to source. You could keep your experiences that you've gained throughout this process, and then you can become a wiser incarnated soul somewhere else, wherever it is that you're meant to go as your higher self decides. Love to be able to aid you today. Would you allow for us to aid you today so you can ascend into a positive polarization?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
We don't want to do this anymore.
Wonderful, thank you. And is everyone agreeing to do so?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to be here anymore. We all want to go.
Good, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Metatron, if you could assist now with calling the rest of the Elohim, whoever you need, that you think you feel needs to assist during this process of the 613. Now, thank you. If you could surround them there with protective force fields while they are positive polarizing. Thank you. Help them feel safe. And Now speaking to the reptilians there that who have agreed to ascend into positive polarization, we need you all to look within you now and find the light within you and spread it to all that is you there within that reptilian body. Spread it to all light. We're going to help you. Elohim are there sending you love, infinite love, so that you may spread your love light and turn it into a positive polarization. Let me know when all of you all are positive polarized. Let me know when you are all light.
We're all light.
Beautiful. Now go ahead and come out of there. And when you are now turning to light, do you keep that body, that reptilian body, or what happens to you?
We're just balls of light.
Balls of light.
All of us.
Beautiful.
Oh wow. Everybody's coming. They're coming from, well, there's more coming from our other ships. There's other ships. We're 47. Oh, how? Oh, we're all coming. We're like a group. They're all coming.
Beautiful. The others in the other spaceships?
Yeah, we're a collective.
Okay, if we can have the collective of Elohims, making sure that we are protecting all of them. Making sure that none of them is stray and they're all protected, please.
Yes.
And is everyone balls of light?
Yes, we're all grouped together now.
Beautiful. Do you see the angels around you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good. And
There's 4. I see 4.
there's 4 angels?
Yeah, they're watching us.
Beautiful.
Their hands are up. They're pointing at a bigger light. I think we're supposed to go to the bigger light.
Good.
Okay.
Go ahead and listen to them. Archangels there that are aiding, ensure that they go to where they're meant to go there. And can I speak to Metatron now, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Metatron. Thank you for speaking to us. Can you tell us what 4 archangels are there around the Reptilians that are positive?
Me, Michael, Raphael. Yeah, me, Michael, Raphael, and Azrael. There's us 4.
Beautiful.
We're showing them where to go.
Good. Thank you. My love to all of them. Thank you. And ask them, do they have a message before they go?
They apologize for infringing on the work. Yes.
Thank you. And we love them and of course forgive them. Blessings to all of them, and may they be surrounded by the universe's love light and ensure that none of them get astray, please. And Metatron, can you tell us? They said that you were pointing up to another light. What is that? What were you pointing to?
The source.
To source?
It's the source light. That's where everything comes from.
So is
They will go there and they will transmute. They will figure out what they really need to do. Maybe go into other lives if they choose. They will have a choice. They the reptilian beings feel they have no choice. They have a choice.
yes. And can you tell us, were they able to keep some of that, the consciousness, the experiences that they gained?
Oh yeah.
through this process. Good. I want to make sure they're able to do that. Okay.
They will learn. They were those beings who learned not to be selfish. They were really selfish. So that was their test.
Mm-hmm.
So they got that test out of the way. So when they go into the source,
Mm-hmm.
they can learn other things.
Beautiful. And let's see. And then we've also heard that some of these reptilians that we remove into positive polarization, some of them go to a planet, like a reptilian planet, where they kind of rest and rejuvenate. Is that different than that source you mentioned?
There's the source is our source. It's a source. They went to the main source. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Reptilian planet is not really a good place. It's a
What I'm
it's,
speaking of, if not the negative polarized reptilian, my apologies, let me clarify.
okay.
After there was some who reptilians who have ascended into a positive polarization, some of them are supposed to go to a benevolent positive planet out there where they go and rest together.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm sorry. I could.
Mhm.
I yeah.
I understand.
It's the source. Yeah.
Okay, so those are different places that they could go to.
Yeah. They go
Mm-hmm.
to a they go to another place first and learn some more stuff, and then they go to the other place where they can choose to go into another life. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the I think most people, or the reptilians are beings too, but they're on such a low level. I think they're like third dimension. I think maybe even lower than that. They're on such a low dimension. They're almost their own thing. Uh, we archangels can help them, uh, and other people as well, through kind of like what we're doing now. It's uh, uh, Travis is more like a gateway. Any human is more like a gateway when
Mm-hmm.
they go when they do their sessions. When they do their sessions with you, that's their gateway to get out. It's almost hard for them to get out on their own because they're so tied up into their own dimension. They can't think past that until something wakes them up. Uh, the uh, the being on the ship that he was controlling, uh, since they're not like archangels like me, they can't convince the reptilians as much,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and they can't see the light. So when we archangels and you help them see the light, they're amazed by it. They never seen it before,
Mm-hmm.
not in their lifetime. They seen it who before they who how can I say it? They if they remember who they were before they were reptilians, they could do it. But they're so closed into the third dimension, they just can't see it until somebody shows it to them, and then it comes easy. And then when they see it, that's why they can never turn it down. They can never turn it down when we show them the light. They every now and then you might get one that
Mm-hmm.
fight it because he's like maybe the ones that fight it are like a low, like they're like the first dimension. That's like the darkest dimension possible.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the ones that fight it. But they can you have to work with them a little bit. But when they see it, they just wake up and they just go for it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we're blessed to have you and other people to help people find that. So
Thank you. Thank you. We are blessed to have all of you assisting. Thank you. Okay. And can you tell me approximately how many reptilians? Because I know we started off with the 613, and then he said there was more coming from other ships. Can you explain that to me?
47 ships. Let's see. Some had more. 832 million. 832 million.
Wow.
47 ships. The ship with the 613 had the least amount of reptilians on it.
Mm-hmm.
They there's something going on. The universe is changing. Um,
Yes.
we call it the awakening. Uh, yeah. Um, on the planet that Travis is on, they for some reason they're fighting it more, but they won't be able to fight much longer. It's already happening. So everybody's starting to wake up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know it seems like everybody's still kind of angry, but everybody everybody's waking up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really give a definite time when it's going to happen. It is soon though. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I know people hear that a lot, soon, but I'm serious. This is going to happen. Uh, it's gonna be in your lifetime and Travis's lifetime. It's not gonna be. I can say it's not gonna be. You're not gonna be old when it happens. So that's a good thing.
Would it be count old, like over 100?
Nah, in Earth time, old is like in the 80s.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
well, 70s, 80s, 60s, and not
Mm-hmm.
old. I don't think in Earth time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, is even though even though we're archangels, we don't get the definite year either. But
Yes.
we know. If I would take a guess, I would say maybe 15 years, maybe. I know people wish it was sooner, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting I'm getting that. But we're not superior, so
Mm-hmm.
it could be sooner. We don't have control over time, so
And could it also be longer than 15 years?
no, no. It's really soon, like in your times.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
And Metatron, as far as let's see, since there is multiple different realities for everyone, would you say that it's maybe 15-ish years for Travis, but maybe for another person it could be more or less since they are experiencing their own experience? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, time is different in different places. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, like maybe in the world, like a million miles away, it could be tomorrow. In another world, it could be 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
But in my so-called time, it's instantaneous. So when
Mm-hmm.
it happens to me, it happens at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But for everybody else, it's different.
Depends on the soul process and where they're at and when they will feel it.
Yeah. So when it happens, for me, it happens at once. But for everybody else, it's of course they won't know. They won't know because uh, they won't know because they're not on each other's planet. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, so when the time comes on Earth, then it comes everywhere else. But everywhere else, it could be if they have time there, like they have on Earth. Uh, yeah, I it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, it's for me it's instantaneous. For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's instantaneous, but for everybody else, it could be uh, different so-called time. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. And you said how many again?
830 36 or 30, 37 million. It's a lot. I get those. 36 or 37. I know it's at least 83 million. There were a lot. They
Wow.
they they're going out for people like you that's doing
Hmm.
this kind of stuff. There
Hmm.
are more they're more and more leaving to go to the light at the same time. They're not like it used to be when it's like one ago or two ago. I don't know if they got the feeling that something's is coming and they
Hmm.
want to be part of it or what. They're leaving in droves, which is a good thing for the universe because it'll be peaceful and
What
there.
is the goal Metatron as far as the reptilians since we're seeing so many right now? Um, yes, before it used to be like, okay, we would heal like 50, 100, but now we're looking at millions. Can you explain to us? I know you said that something's different about the universe. Any more details on that and why we're seeing such a big difference? Is a very, very big difference.
It's a mass exodus. That's what it's a mass exodus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I honestly, I think I don't know how it's happening, but it's almost like when I said they have like a little teeny bit of a soul. I think that little teeny bit is giving them just enough of a humanity to see that what they're doing is not right.
Mm-hmm.
Just that little teeny bit. They didn't have not really imagination. They were almost slaves to their own doing. Like they're so used to doing what they were doing. They that's all they knew. Almost like it's kind of like a human thing when like the religion, you get brought up in a religion and it's all you know until somebody tells you different, then you start investigating, and then that's when you awake.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn different things to awaken. You can't just be stuck on one thing. I think finally the word gets out. They when the other reptilians go to the light,
Mm-hmm.
they they're not cut off from the other ones. They relay what's going on. So the other ones know when the other ones leave and
Which.
they start to wonder and they never wondered before. So
Mm-hmm.
they're like, where are all our people going? But they don't know. They just know they're coming up missing.
Mm-hmm.
So they are kind of like in a panic, which
Mm-hmm.
is a good thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it don't make them aggressive. They're not aggressive and try to go harder and make stuff harder on people because people are missing. It's actually making them lighten up a little bit because they're like, what is going on? Where are all our people going?
Mm-hmm.
And every time one goes, they relay it back that they're going away to the light. And they're like, what is this light? And then when you come along and it's almost in earth words, it's almost like word of mouth. It's really exciting and a good thing.
It is such a beautiful, exciting time. Yeah.
It,
Wow.
we are very happy. We are very happy. That's why we want to help.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I have a couple more questions on that. So, would you say they kind of operate like in a sense like a hive type of union? So, what one might feel, then the other might feel.
Yes, it's like they're already a hive um, in physical form.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get transformed into light, they I don't know nobody I don't know if anybody ever asked you how to picture it, but when the reptilians go into the light,
Mm-hmm.
their physical bodies uh, they go limp.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it'll probably if this happened on Earth, it'd probably terrify people that you're talking to somebody else and they just pass out and they're so-called dead. That's what happens So
Mm-hmm.
not to make a joke about it, but the entity, he's going to they're going to get rid of the
Is it
body.
kind of like like is is it kind of like a skin like shedding or something? Like a skin body shedding and then the spirit comes out. Would you
They
say?
they they're like any other organism.
Okay.
They don't really. Uh, so the entity that ship got taken over, he won't see the light come out of the reptilians. He'll just see them fall to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So he won't know what's going on either. Uh,
Mm.
uh, the reason why we do that to the reptilians, well, we do that to, well, it's natural, regular humans. When they die, they go
Mm.
into the light. So it's the same thing. But far as the reptilians, they're so at a low dimension. It's not necessarily an evil thing that we're doing, send them to the light. They, the reptilians are kind of like the archangels, I don't want to say it in a real way, roaches. Like, they're not bad beings. They're just kind of,
Like parasites a bit.
that's it,
Okay.
parasites.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad parasite. They're just kind of a nuisance and they cause trouble. And then it make it a whole lot easier if we just send them into the light and
Mm-hmm.
make it easier for everyone to, you know, go into their next dimension, wherever
Mm-hmm.
their dimension may be. The Earth is they're transitioning to the fifth dimension. The other
Thank you.
planets are already in that dimension. They go up to everybody has their own dimension they're trying to transition into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for explaining that about the reptilians. We've gone into some of it, but not that much into detail. So that makes sense what's happening with them when we positive polarize them. Thank you. Very aligns with some of the bits that we've had in the information we've had in the past. Thank you, Metatron.
Yeah, Travis. I'm getting it. I know I don't want to get off subject or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Travis isn't from really from here. He's from other another place where he always had these thoughts in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's why he wanted to do it. He wanted to get it out. He doesn't. Usually he just he talks to his spouse about it. Talk, but he don't talk to anybody else about it. Earth is not a safe place to talk about stuff like that.
Yes.
I've seen what they do to people when they
Mm-hmm.
talk. They throw them in this little padded room or something.
Yeah.
So, but he wanted to do this so he can get it out. He always had this in his head. But yeah, that's what we do. We're making the universe a better place from
Thank
help
you.
you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, and we have so many aura practitioners now joining us. So thank you for that. And may they continue coming and joining us in this aid as there's much work to do. Now, Metatron, I have a question. So, what's the ultimate goal? So, we're having aura hypnosis sessions. We're removing a vast amount, like we mentioned, of reptilians. So, what is the goal as far as ascension, particularly? So, when the Earth ascends, and all these reptilians in creation or the universe, what are we trying to do with them?
What are we trying to do with
Yeah,
the
like what's the goal for us with them? Like, are say by the time though we talked about ascension, it could be many different years for different people, but I see we're really removing big amounts now, healing, removing big amounts. So what is the goal? It's like the goal, for example, to help them ascend all of them, to help a certain percentage. What are we looking at? To how are we looking to aid reptilians through the process of ascension? Is the goal?
yes, the goal is all of them. But
Mm-hmm.
the plan, um, the we the reptilian race was created like any other race. They were just on a lower level. Our goal is to get them all to the light from the lower level.
Mm.
Then, if they choose to come back, they can go back into the reptilian body if they want to, but they'll be a better being. They won't be doing what they're doing now, causing trouble. They will be like a regular being, like like humans. Probably, maybe they'll put them, because we don't control what happens to them. But maybe they'll be in the third dimension like humans. They'll be like a regular being. Like they won't be able to control other people. They'll just be people. And there are some actually that are already like that. So
Mm.
some have already went up and came back down. So we do have some reptilians that are regular beings that can't control, and that's what a fight comes, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
the bad reptilians that we still have will jump into the other reptilians that came back down, and they try to control them as well.
The
And those,
good ones.
yes, and those are the ones. The good ones are the ones that are on Earth, but the other reptilians are interfering with them, which makes the reptilians talk to the leaders of Earth,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what whole fighting thing. So unless you can, unless you get lucky and can have a reptilian or Aurora reception to get another reptilian out, that's the only way. It's kind of it's really confusing, but once we get them all to the light, though,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that are in the reptilians that are here, they will come. They will also come out of the reptilians that control the other reptilians. Will be able to come out of those reptilians too. Once everything,
Understand.
it's even
Yes.
even for me, it's kind of hard to explain in simple terms. I don't want to use big words because won't nobody know what I'm talking about. But
Is that
yeah,
how for example, I have let's see, I had a session that has yet to be shared. We're looking to share it in written form in the future, where there was a young lady that had a positive uh, higher self reptilian. Is that how that would work? The positive ones that are coming back down?
yes, that's exactly it. The
Okay.
positive that was a positive reptilian, the one that came back down.
Mm-hmm.
And
Except for this one, she said, I think she said she was like an elder in the sixth dimension.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
yes, because she was uh, that reptilian was probably in the third or second dimension, and went up to the light, and then it came back down in another dimension in the sixth dimension. So some of those are solid beings too. They're
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily floating around or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like it's kind of like a big web. It's like a web. Everything
Mm-hmm.
connects some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Everything
Beautiful.
has a purpose.
Thank you. Thank you for such a wonderful information that was needed in this time. Thank you. Now, let's see. Can you ask the? Oh, okay, yes. And then that being there, can I speak to him now that the process is done there, and then I'll finish up with you.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me speak back to that being there in the spaceship.
Greetings.
Greetings. Thank you for speaking to us once more. Just checking up on you and seeing if you have any questions.
I just want to say thank you. They
Mm-hmm.
we have our ship back.
Mm-hmm.
There there's a lot of cleanup to do.
Yeah.
I we have to we have to get him out of here, but
I was thinking earlier, I was like, how are they going to clean that up?
we we have some work to do. But at least we got our ship back, and now we can go to the planets that we need to go to, not where we're told to go to.
Wonderful. That is so beautiful. How freeing that must feel.
Yeah. Very freely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I tried to help them, but they wouldn't listen to me.
Yes, well, thank you for trying. It truly has been a joy and an honor to speak to you. And would you say any other message you have for us?
Um, yes, just keep doing what you're doing. We see a lot out here. It was mostly there's a lot of there's more good than bad. Um, the only bad that we saw was these reptilian beings. But they weren't really bad people. They just I don't know. They just kind of in a way. But
Just lost.
yeah, yeah, lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing because it's working. The we our people um our people are in the we're in the seventh dimension. So
Mm-hmm.
we have an awakening also. Like I guess everybody has the same going through the same thing. We just have we're going to a higher level also.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all working together.
That we are. Thank you. Well, blessings and our infinite love to you and your beautiful work that you are doing. Now may you continue flourishing and benevolently, freely continue your job. And thank you for the work that you're doing. It is definitely needed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Love you.
Thank you. If I can speak back to Metatron now, please.
Greetings, Aurora.
Greetings, Metatron. Thank you. Now, I just have a couple questions about that. The salt, that was interesting, as sometimes healers use salt to repel negative energy. So, can you explain what that meant and how those reptilians were using the sea salt?
Yes, that's the double-edged sword because salt does both. Like well, the salt itself heals,
Mm-hmm.
but reptilians figured out a way to use the salt in a negative way. So salt, especially for humans, their body needs salt. Not a lot of it, but they need like a little bit of salt. Um, so if a person eats too much salt, then it's bad for them. So when it's bad for them, that's how the reptilians get into the body. Because when you're feeling bad, you get negative, and that's when they jump in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they use the salt. So really, salt is not a bad thing. It's a conduit for them to jump in. Um, and we also know sugar. Sugar is a crystal too, and sugar
Yeah.
kind of weird. It's grown from a plant, but they use sugar also, which unfortunately the cancer virus has uses that to grow, and that makes negative energy for whoever the person is, and then that's how the reptilians get in also. It's actually easier for them to get in with sugar than salt.
Yes, I was gonna say there seems to be a more vast effect through sugar versus salt. People and children who are eating
Oh
sugar.
yes, that's how the reptilians get into children so easy because any children are naturally happy uh, people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the sugar makes them happy, but it also makes them hyper.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll do something bad, and the parents will get mad at them. Um, they may spank them or something, make them cry. And once they cry, if a reptilian's around, then that's when they jump inside them because the child will cry because the child is mad.
Mm-hmm.
Mad is a negative energy, so they jump inside them.
Mm.
So that's why every now and then, if you're doing a regression or something, they'll say, I jumped in them when they were 3 or 4 or something
Mm,
because it was easy.
easy. That makes sense. Yes, with the sugar. And
Yeah.
is that why people seem like they're addicted to it too, the sugar?
Oh yes.
Why are they addicted to sugar?
Oh, sugar is one of those things. It's for humans. It's sweet. Sweet. Uh, it, that's pretty much what it is. It's because people,
Hmm.
the humans usually when they eat something with salt, they usually want to eat something with sugar to counter it. It's rarely when you see a human when they eat salt, they don't eat some with sugar right after it, or the other way around, because it balances out their taste buds in a way. Um,
Hmm.
Even if it's like a little bit, it ain't got to be like a lot, but they got to have a little bit to balance out the way their bodies work. They kind of need both because that's the way their bodies were made. It needs sugar and salt. Not like I said, not a lot, just like a nice balance to get everything working.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
The least amount of sugar would be best.
right, because too much sugar, uh, it cause anything. Called diabetes, cancer. The main one is cancer. Uh, I don't know why that virus just loves sugar. It's got to be a lot though. Like if you can't like eat like a little bit of sugar all your life and uh get
So we're
cancer.
talking about perhaps people who like say drink pop every day.
Oh yes, that has
That would
oh
be a lot.
that's a bad thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, pop. Some people call it soda. That you can maybe take like a couple of drinks of that. Don't drink it every day. It just it's loaded with that stuff. Like regular like cake and pie and stuff that has sugar in it also. But
Hmm.
I don't know what it is about. I think it's some kind of chemical that they put in it. It makes it worse. It sticks. It sticks to the blood vessels. It changes the cells.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the heart is the strongest muscle in the human body. That's why you never heard of heart cancer. Uh,
Hmm.
Most people that have thought about that, you get lung cancer, every other organ, but heart cancer, you never. The heart is the strongest. I don't know why the brain is not, but the heart is
Hmm.
one of those things. People say you got to have heart. So,
Hmm.
the heart is the soul. Also, it's that's why when some people get heart transplants, their uh their identity might change a little bit because
Hmm.
they got somebody whose heart inside them, so they might get some of
Mm.
their memories. You don't lose your soul because your soul is your life force. Just because you take your heart out, it don't take your life force out. It's just one of the main parts of it, but it don't take your life force out. So when you get somebody's heart, you get some of their DNA inside of you, and
Hmm.
it you might change a little bit as a person. Hopefully, you get a person that was a good person inside of you. Sometimes we have to fight with that. Um, the higher the higher self has to fight with somebody that has a new heart because they got somebody else's DNA, and
Hmm.
it's kind of a struggle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I know you're mentioning the heart. We'll use me as an example. For example, I do not eat sugar because what it feels like to me energetically, it feels like almost like the light is being sucked out of my heart.
Ah,
It's turning black.
yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Through sugar.
Sugar. Sugar. You. Yeah. That's why they say take it in small amounts. You
Hmm.
know, because your body needs a little bit of sugar,
Mm-hmm.
but don't go around. If you want a piece of cake, eat a piece of cake. Don't eat two, three. Eat like one piece.
Yeah.
One piece a day won't hurt you. But really though, stay away. Pop. I don't know what it is about pop, but that stuff is dangerous. I think one bottle of those are like eating like 30 cakes or something. Like,
Mm. Yeah.
ugh.
Okay. Good. All right. Um, would you say that it's kind of like addictive drug, sugar?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's a, that's exactly what it is. Because salt, salt is not addictive. Uh,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So sugar is a stronger
Mm-hmm.
sugar is only stronger for the reptilian race when you get a disease. So
Mm-hmm.
they can't get into you just for having like a lot of sugar in your body. It's got to be something that makes you that upsets you
Mm-hmm.
for them to get in. And sugar and salt is they can if you get too much salt and there's nothing wrong with you, uh, you could be a really cheery person, but if you eat too much salt, they can still get in there because it's a conduit. It's something about the salt that they can get more energy from without having a disease than sugar. I don't know how. I don't know how. It's just something in it. So you
Mm-hmm.
can be a good person with a lot of salt and they can get in you, or you can be a sick person with some kind of disease from sugar and they can get into you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. Thank you for that explanation. All right. And it's because of its consistency, like a crystalline type of
Yeah,
the salt and the sugar.
yeah. Because once the sugar get into you, it's not a crystal anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It actually it turns into a liquid, and it's pretty much in your whole. It's almost like your whole body turns into uh, a conduit. It's a crystal for the.
Mm.
So if you got cancer, yes, the cancer might be in one spot, but it's still in your blood somewhere. So your whole body is a crystal to them. So they just
Okay.
they can bounce around like they can
Yes.
where they want.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. Thank you. Now, Metatron, can I ask, with the higher self permission, can we start the body scan now, please? If we can go ahead and start the body scan. If you can scan his body now for any negative energies, entities, anything that needs healing and removal, please. Tell me what you find.
I don't I don't feel any negative energies in him. He's a really strong person, but there is something. There's like an here. There's like a. I think there's an implant here. It's There's an implant right here above his ear.
Okay. Metatron, can you scan that? I know he mentioned to me during the interview process that that session we had where I think it was 9 million healed, that the client was talking about the 1980 UFO, and he said he almost felt like he felt like it was the same one that he saw. Can you tell us a little more about that? And then he lost, and he was young with his friend. He lost at an hour, so he went outside at 9. Felt like he ran back in to tell his grandpa, and when he ran back in to tell his grandpa, he realized, wait a minute, why is it 10 now? Where did the hour go? Is that all connected to the implant there, or anything you want to share about that?
That instance, they did take him.
Mm-hmm.
They took and they put the implant in here, and it's because he can feel it. It's like a little bump.
Mm.
Um, let me see. It doesn't work. It's not working anymore. It's inoperable. So now it's just like it's just a bump there.
Mm.
It's not causing him any harm or anything. They uh they took him twice actually. They took him then,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and his he was at his grandma's house. They was watching him in the bed. They were looking through the window at him,
Mm-hmm.
and then they took him again, and they fixed it. and then the implant, and then it was working again, and then the reason why it doesn't work now is because I see a car accident or something where he hit his head or something. I guess it maybe it knocked it loose or something, but it doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not doing anything to
What
a
was the purpose to it?
tracker.
To track him, so they can no longer track him?
No.
Good.
Well,
Yeah.
he still sees like UFOs,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I feel that they don't have a use for them anymore. Um, I don't know. I don't know why. It's like I guess they gave up on him or something. What? But they just left it in there. They didn't bother to take it out. So
Mm-hmm. Can we scan his whole body for any negative implants? Make sure we don't miss anything. Metatron, let me know if you find anything else.
there's one. There's a little one behind the chest plate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a small entity, not
Okay.
not reptilians. I think it's a person. I think it's somebody. It's a little kid.
Okay. So if we could start transmuting that implant there in his head, can we start transmuting? Like, could he physically feel the removal of it? Not feel it now, but like eventually, could we physically remove that for him, or is it just going to be there, just be deactivated? What can we do with it?
No, we can remove it.
Good. And how would you remove this for him physically?
I'm doing it now.
Beautiful.
He was he he came into Travis when Travis was a boy. I
Yes. What allowed for this entity to come in?
okay. Hi. Hi. Hello.
Hi, thank you for speaking to us. It's an honor to be talking to you. May I ask you questions, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you tell me now, when was it that you came into his body there?
He was he was like me. He was a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
He his father died, and it really broke his heart.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like he didn't have anybody, so I I wanted to help him. So I came into him to help him. I helped him get through his dad's death.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And can you tell me, did you have a body before you entered there?
Yes,
What happened to you? How did you die?
I was hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
went to the road and got hit by a car.
How old are you then?
Right?
Hmm. Okay. I understand that you've been there in his body for some time. Are you aware that you have a family somewhere that might be waiting for you?
I think so.
Okay. We'd love to be able to aid you today so that you may transform into light, so that you may find your family once more once you lift yourself off his body and now turn to light. Would you allow for us to aid you today?
Okay.
Thank you. Look within you now. Look within you now. Find the light within you and spread it to all that is you. Every root, every cord that belongs to you that does not belong to Travis. Spread yourself to all light and let us know once you are all light.
I'm all like,
Beautiful. Thank you. What a beautiful, beautiful joy to be talking to you today. Go ahead and release yourself. Release yourself from him. Make sure you don't leave any piece of you behind. Let us know once you're out.
I'm out.
Thank you. Do you have a message for him before you go?
Stay strong. You don't need me anymore. Stay strong.
Thank you. Go ahead and go with the love light of the universe. And if we could please have Archangel, so a team member from Archangel Azrael guide this spirit, this boy back to his family, whoever's waiting for him there, please. And can you tell me, did he find his family?
Yes, he's there now.
Beautiful. Tell me who's there.
His mom, his dad, and he has a sister.
Hmm.
They were
Huh.
waiting for him.
How long ago was this that he was hit by a car? Humanity.
1952.
Mm.
He actually lived down the road from where his grandma's house is, so
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't that far from his grandma's house.
Mm. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for everyone who aided in his healing and moving on to the light. Thank you. Okay. Now, if we can go ahead and continue scanning his body. How's that implant going so far, Metatron?
It's clear.
Good.
It's dead.
Good. Scan his whole body. I want to make sure we don't miss any other implants, portals, hooks, anything negative technology within him that shouldn't be there.
He's clear. He's pretty clear. That was the only thing that I've seen. There's no. He's a pretty healthy,
Yes.
pretty healthy guy.
Very good. And the scan one more time. Specifically, scan thoroughly, deeply for any reptilian consciousness, Metatron. Let me know if you find anything.
No, there was residue of one that used to be in the back of his head, but
Oh yes.
he got rid of it himself.
Yeah.
It was like a year ago. It was almost, I think it was maybe on his wedding day. He had one in there that fought him, and
Mm-hmm.
he contacted me
Mm-hmm.
to get it out, and
Beautiful.
got it out of him, and it never came back. So he's clear.
Wonderful. Thank you. If we could have Archangel Raphael, love you, honor you, and thank you. We could have you please fill in love light to that area with the higher self. Make sure that that is all healed, as well as where we remove the implant, as well as where we remove the entity from his heart, please. Thank you. And while you're in the heart, Raphael, higher self, if you could expand his heart to the biggest it can be in this time of space for his highest good, please. Thank you. Okay, Metatron, we're gonna finish up this body scan for him. Okay. Now he wanted to improve his vision, his near close vision. Can we do that? Can we heal his eyes, please?
Yes.
Thank you. If you could start doing that now. Okay. Does he need age regressal? His higher self want age regressal on him?
Yes, let's give him 10 years.
Very good. Thank you. If we could start the process now. Wonderful. And then while we're regressing him, if we could DNA reprogram him, whatever the higher self allows, please. Thank you. Are we doing that?
Yes.
Good. Now also, Metatron, can we scan for any blocked or misaligned chakras? How do they look?
We're aligning the upper chakras off a little bit. He's pretty grounded. We're aligning his whole thing just in case he kind of felt like he was halfway in his body and halfway out, like all the time. Almost too relaxed. So we're gonna try to get it back together where it's more balanced.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Start doing that now. And then while you're there, can you scan his auric field? How does it look? Any repair needed?
Yeah, we strengthened it. It was little light. We're making it stronger.
Wonderful, thank you. And then just make sure that we replenish the light in his heart as well, too, please. And then can you scan for any negative cords, Metatron?
No cords. No negative cords.
Okay. And then for his purpose, in case he's curious, I know you mentioned that the reptilian that came in sometime in the wedding. Why did that happen?
He was the stress of the wedding, making sure everything was okay, and yeah, I think there was some kind of argument on the day before the wedding, and then they reconciled, and that's when he woke up. He went and meditated and contacted me
Mm-hmm.
to get it out.
Mm.
We got it out, and they haven't had any.
Interesting. Would you say that the reptilian was trying to stop the wedding, maybe?
He knew he couldn't stop it. He was just
Mm-hmm.
want he just wanted to make it a bad time.
Mm.
He was a nuisance, really. I'm guessing the argument. It seems like the argument was stupid. It wasn't even nothing. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't nothing, but it was enough to. But I got him out pretty easy. I
Good.
hate. I showed him where the light was, and he hasn't came back since. They had a pretty solid marriage.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. And then I know we scan for scan one more time. I want to make sure we don't miss anything. Hooks, portals, entities, or reptilian consciousness, please. Negative implants, any of that sort.
Nope, all clear.
Good. Thank you, Metatron. Can you scan also for any fragmented soul pieces that need to be regained to him?
The only thing I see is about his spouse. His spouse is his twin flame.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see. They they're melded together some kind of way. They're what he what she feels, he feels.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps him strong, he keeps her strong.
Yes.
So it's it's yeah, they're perfect.
Beautiful. We'll talk about her in a minute. I'm just going to complete this body scan and we'll see. Very good. Now, can we look, Metatron, at contracts? Is there any contracts that we can remove for him that are no longer serving him for his highest good?
No, um, this guy this guy was not having that. He
Mm-hmm.
the other reptilian
Mm-hmm.
snuck his way in. But the way this he was raised good actually. They raised him tough. He
Mm-hmm.
has he had some stuff to get over. He got a little judgmental in his 20s and stuff, but when he got older, he got more well balanced. He's not having any negativity in his life. He stays away from negativity, so he's pretty good.
Good. And then scan for any trauma specifically that needs to be healed for him in the now or in the past life. Oh, he wanted to know if we could remove moles, clear face, please.
Yes, you can do that.
Thank you. And will he just start seeing them fade away?
About 3 weeks, maybe
Okay.
a little bit of time,
Okay.
a few here and there.
Okay. And then he also wanted to know if he could have more energy. He feels drained. Why does he feel drained?
Just normal, overworked. Nothing health wise. He does rest a lot though, so that's good. He doesn't overwork himself. He'll go to work and he'll come home and rest. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
He probably he used to work out. I think he used to work out a lot, and he was feeling better. He doesn't work out at all anymore. So maybe if he goes for a walk or something, or maybe a short walk around the block, that'll get his it'll get his blood pumping, so he can. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it'll give him energy. Me myself, I try to get him to do that sometimes, but we can only do so much. I whisper in his ear sometimes to go walk. I think I got him to do it a couple of times, but
Okay, wonderful. If we just keep motivating him then to move around more so he could create that energy for himself. Good. Okay, and then also he wanted to clear nasal passages. He says he feels stuffy often. Why?
it's he gets like a lot of, even though he lives in a dry climate, his he gets a lot of moisture in his nose, and it clogs it up. It doesn't stay clogged, but it goes in and out. So we can do something to help that. Uh, we'll try to push his glands down so they don't get so puffy.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll fix that up. It's actually it's kind of puffy right now actually. So we're gonna work on that.
Okay, very good. Thank you. If you could help him with that, start the healing there. Thank you. Okay, Metatron, thank you so much for the body scan. Love you, honor you, and respect you, as well as anybody else who aided. I know Raphael as well as aided higher self. Thank you. Thank you as well for such a beautiful healing today for all the different reptilians that we aided today. So many, many, many. Thank you for the love and anyone else who aided. Can I please speak back now to the higher self?
Hello.
Ah, thank you. Hi. So we were wondering if specifically we'd like to speak to the higher self of his wife. Could we speak to her, please? Would you connect us to her?
Hi.
Hi, greetings. Thank you for speaking to us. Am I
Great.
am I speaking to Sarah's higher self?
Yes.
Thank you. So we just had questions, as you know, she had come to us not sure how long. Well, August 8th. So we're looking at almost 2 months ago. And she had mentioned to me that she did have pronounced healing already with some of the things we addressed with her. But the doctors are trying to put fear in her in regards to saying that her, looks more bigger or swollen. So wondering if you could give us advice, higher self, for Sarah, and let us know if there's anything else we could do for her too.
We want her to believe that she's being healed. She's being healed. She gets impatient sometimes, but her her husband try he tries to comfort her and tell her that she's being healed. He wants her to believe that she's being healed. She's doing everything. She's doing all these juices and everything. He's helping her. They're doing what they're doing. It's working. It takes a little while, but it's working. She's getting better.
Beautiful.
But it's just a flare up. It didn't necessarily grow. They're telling her that it grew.
Hmm.
They don't realize that they just looking at a flare up. It's not a growth. It's just a flare up. So it's probably smaller now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's smaller now. It so she doesn't have to worry about that. Especially she she did the thing with you, so that worked. It takes a while. Not a- it's gonna get smaller. She's gonna be fine.
Beautiful. Is there anything we could do now to help the process for her?
Yes, we can. If we can try to do a little bit more healing on it to make it go faster.
Good, good. If we could focus now, focus love light energies there, as well as transmutation energies there in the areas that still require any assistance. Focusing on her whole body now. And as we do that process, is there any messages you have for Travis?
Just keep doing what you're doing. Just you're doing well. You're telling her to be strong. Believe that it's working. Don't have any doubts about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to overdo it. Just do. Just keep doing the juicing and the herbs and stuff, and watching the videos. She watches videos about people surviving cancer. She watches your videos all the time. They work. They help. It's almost like doing sessions over and over, even if it's not her session. It helps. All of that helps.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Good. Such a beautiful hope that you've given her today. I know that it's hard, when you're going through a process like that, but she seems very strong in her will and her knowing and understanding that she can heal this, as well as she sees right through the direction of sometimes when, you know, um, as she mentioned to me, the doctors try to tell her something, but she sees through some of that. So thank you. If you could continue just guiding her, thank you. Now, how's the healing looking?
It's looking good. It's she's doing really well. I'm proud of her. She's doing really well. It's gonna be nice. She's gonna be happy. They're all gonna be happy.
Beautiful. Thank you. Any other message before I talk back to his higher self?
Just keep pushing. That's all. Just keep pushing. Just Travis needs to stay helping his wife, which he is, and believing it's gonna work. They have a long life ahead of them. They do.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Good. Can I now please speak to Travis higher self? Love you, honor you, and thank you. Okay. Travis higher self. He wanted to know, what is his purpose here?
He is here to. He's doing it now. He's helping. He's helping his wife. He wants to help more people, but I don't know. He wants to help more people. He kind of holds back, but he will. He doesn't realize what he's doing right now with you is going to help a lot of people. That he's This is purpose. He's doing it.
Oh, yes.
He's
I mean,
doing it right now.
well, alone, the healing he did helped 837-ish million. That's a lot. I don't know about him, but I'd be like, wow, I think I've done my work for this life.
That was so great. He has no clue what he just did. He did the most amazing thing.
You're
He
right.
he he's he's a strong fellow. He
Mm-hmm.
first contacted me. He he has a really close bond with. I don't know why. I wish I know why. Maybe Michael knows why. I don't know. He has a close connection with the UK for some reason. I have no reason why. Maybe I don't know. He loves the English people. I have no reason why, but he just loves English people. He just does. I have no clue.
Well, let's ask Michael. Why does he ask Michael, higher self? What are the answers to that? Why does he love the English people?
He was he actually had a past life, and he was an English person in past life. He loved that life. He was Duke. Can't remember by Sussex, I guess. I guess Sussex. He was a Duke like long time ago, like maybe 1400s. I think it was the 1400s. I can't really put my finger on it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure. I think it's the 1400s. It's kind of foggy there,
Mm-hmm.
but his higher self shows me 14 and 15, and maybe it was a transition between the 14 and the 1500s. But uh, I think that's why he he the higher self tells me that he loves the way they talk, so he listens to them more. Maybe that's why his higher self helps him, because he loves the way English people speak. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
why maybe
Mm-hmm.
he listens to his higher self.
Yes.
I'm guessing he was a duke. He was some kind of royalty
Mm-hmm.
back then. Um, I don't know. I'm guessing King H. King Henry. He was around the King Henry age.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for that information. He could find alignment there now and why he'd like that. Very good. Well, at this point, we've asked all the questions we needed to. We've conducted the body scan for him and also aided his wife as well. Anything else that I could have asked that I haven't asked?
No, Travis is pretty well rounded. He's lucky to pick this life he did. He had a few bumps in the road, but he has nothing from super traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing what he's sent here to do. He found his twin soul. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, thank you once more, Archangel Metatron, Michael, Raphael, beautiful Travis's higher self, as well as all those lovely, beautiful souls who accepted to ascend into a positive polarization or go to the source light. It truly has been a joy to watch and feel this experience. And thank you, thank you. Higher self, would you suggest for this to be shared, this video?
Oh yes, of course, of course. We 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 have to. You have to show
Mm-hmm.
people this stuff. It's
Yes.
he. This was his purpose. It was his purpose.
Oh, thank you. Well, then we shall. Thank you for that. And beautiful. So again, thank you to everyone who aided, and the four archangels who aided as well with the process, and then the beautiful ripple that was created. May it continue if needed throughout creation, rippling out as it is needed, so that say next time we do another session or anyone else who might be aiding through a entity removal like we are through quantum alchemy and infinite love, may they also feel that energy that we are rippling out for them as well to make their sessions easier. I love everyone infinitely. Honor, thank, and respect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will bring him back now. Welcome back. How are you doing? How long do you think you were in there?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh,
Take your time. Do you have water near you? Drink some water.
yeah.
You were in there, I would say, a little over 2 hours.
Oh, Oh, it feels like I just took a nap or something.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Do you remember?
Uh, I remember. I just remember a ship, and I just remember being on the ship for like 3 minutes, and now I don't remember nothing after that.
Yeah, the minute I was interviewing, they said he's going to be a somnambulist, which means that basically your human consciousness was not there; it went somewhere. um, and then basically the benevolent beings that spoke to through you, the higher self that spoke through you, was all clearly speaking to you through you without any interference from you. So that's phenomenal. Because wait till you hear this session.
Oh no! What? What did I
Incredible.
do?
Incredible. You didn't do anything. You caused trouble stirring up people's light.
Oh no!
No, that's good. I'm kidding, teasing you.
Oh
It
man!
was phenomenal. Oh my goodness. And it uploads. I will send it to your email. I hope that it uploads by tonight. They typically do. Sometimes they don't upload till the next day. But you do need to listen to it ASAP because you're not going to believe it.
I really hope I did something good. That's all I pray.
Oh, you have no idea
Okay.
how good it was.
Oh, thank
And I
God.
don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
But it was phenomenal. And you could feel like, for example, I'll tell you a little bit, just Metatron, your higher self asked for Metatron to help out. You could feel his energy. And then watch how whoever's speaking to you, the characters change. Is pretty beautiful. That you could sense, feel the frequencies coming in because it's such a clear, it was such a clear session because your human consciousness, wasn't in the way with the ego. So they were able just to speak through you beautifully and lovingly. And we even got to actually speak to your wife's higher self, and
Oh,
she gave beautiful news and stuff like that.
oh,
So
thank
I'll let
God.
you all hear to that.
That's what I really, really wanted. Uh,
Tell her I said hi.
oh, I will.
Okay,
Okay.
beautiful. Well, I can't wait for both of you to all to hear this.
Oh
And
man.
then your higher self suggested you share it. I'll let you listen to it.
Okay.
But let me know if you do want to share it. It is
Oh yeah,
very
I already know I do. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you right
I mean, it wasn't anything like personal, like it wasn't anything personal. It was an interesting life you went to. Wait till you see it on
now.
that
Okay.
spaceship. Yeah. And there wasn't anything like crazy, that you wouldn't want to share. It was really what it was about was healing the universe. It was pretty
Oh,
awesome.
good. Oh man.
So, yeah, pretty amazing. And I
Yeah.
loved your higher self. He was adorable. He was cute. He was
Oh, of
beautiful.
course.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Well, I will let you be. Go ahead and rest up. I'm gonna go live in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much. It truly has been a joy and an honor to not only have your wife, come to me tremendously, always sending her love here from us, and then also for you to be here and be that extra confirmation for her that she needs, because you need that. Okay.
Thank you so much,
All
man.
right. Thank you as well. Love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk to you later, love. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.